Hi friends, welcome to the world of pharmacology. Today we are discussing on general pharmacology, that is part 1, introduction part. To go in depth into the subject, we have to know the basic concept of pharmacology. So let us start the journey together. What do you mean by the word pharmacology? The word pharmacology is derived from Greek words, that is pharmakon means drug or remedy or to do good, and second word logos, that is a study or science. Basically, the pharmacology is the study of drugs or medicine, or by definition we can tell pharmacology is a subject of medical science deals with the study of drug or medicine that interact with the living system through chemical process, especially by binding to regulatory molecules and activating or inhibiting the body processes. These are the three terms related to the pharmacology. First one is medical pharmacology. It is a branch of pharmacology deals with the use of drugs in human body for the diagnosis, prevention, suppression and treatment of the diseases. In short, it is medical pharmacology. Pharmacology means what? Study of drugs or medicine. And medical means, in this term, medical means the pharmacology study is used for the diagnosis, prevention and suppression and treatment of the disease. That is, to diagnose what is a disease, to prevent the disease what we are to do, suppression, to suppress the conditions or ailments what we should do, and by knowing these facts we can treat the disease. This is in short medical pharmacology. Second is clinical pharmacology. It is the scientific study of drugs. That is, we are using the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamic parameters in the patient, and by using this concept, that is kinetics and dynamics part, we are using to treat the healthy persons, that is by conducting the clinical trials and finding a safe and effective therapy for the patients. Third term is the pharmacogenetics. That means it's the study of role of genes in determining the drug metabolism. That is, it is the study of genes for finding out the drug metabolism. This is a basic term we should know in pharmacology. First term, pharmacokinetics. It is derived from a Greek word. Pharmakon means drug and kinesis means to move. That is, here we are studying the movement of drugs. It involves four processes and it deals with absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion. That is ADME in short. Absorption means what? That is, in which way or in which form we are absorbing or taken into the body. Distribution means from the dosage form, the absorbed part is moved into the tissues. And third process is metabolism or metabolized. That is, what are the changes that should be occurred in the dosage form so it can be excreted. That is, fourth process is excretion. That is, the dosage form is converted or metabolized into another form and absorbed and removed from the body to produce the effect. Shortly, pharmacokinetics means ADME. We should remember ADME in mind forever. This is a picture showing the absorption process going into the body. With this diagram, we can explain the absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion process. That is pharmacokinetic process that is taking place in the body. First of all, we are absorbing or ingesting a dosage form. The absorption means what? It is the movement of unchanged drug from the site of administration to the site of action, that is from the body into the blood plasma. That is, if you are ingesting a dosage form, first have to absorb. For that, various processes are carrying out in our body. Then it is distributed into the tissue. For after distribution, as free drug, bound drug reactions are carrying out in our tissues, and after distribution, this drug have to be metabolized. For that, it have to convert into it metabolites form by various biotransformation processes. And finally, after the metabolism, the drug is excreted from our body. This is in short the pharmacokinetics part. Second concept is pharmacodynamics part. Shortly, it is what the drugs does to the body, or it can be defined as a branch of pharmacology which deals with the effect of drug and mechanism of action. By this diagram, we can easily explain two terms, that is pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Pharmacokinetics means what the body does to the drugs, and pharmacodynamics means what the drug does to the body. In kinetics, the process are done by the body to the dosage form. In dynamics, the drug is doing the effect and produces its mechanism of action by moving the dosage form, reaching the plasma concentration, and finally the site of action and produces the effect. By the process of absorption, the unchanged drug are moving from the site of administration to the site of action and produces its effect. And the drug effects are of two types. It may be either beneficial or it may produce adverse effect. Beneficial effect means good effect, that is known as the branch therapeutics. And if it produces adverse effect or bad effect, it is the branch toxicology. Next term is drug. The term drug is derived from the French word drogue, means a dry herb. According to WHO, a drug is any substance or product that is used or is intended to be used to modify or explore physiological system or pathological state for the benefit of the recipient. That is, in short, the drugs are the substances that is used for what was concept to modify the condition of the recipient. That is, if by using a drug, if we can modify the condition of the patient, it can be called as a drug. Or it can use to explore the physiological system. Means if the condition of the kidney is not good, or if the condition of kidney is not in proper manner, so we can use the drug acting on the excretory system. Or third concept is that can be used to modify the pathological state for the benefit of the recipient. That means, for example, in case of a cancer patient, in such patient the immune system is not good. In such condition, to explore the pathological state, to know what is the present condition, what are the immune system in failure. In such condition, explore the pathological state, and we are administering the drugs for the benefit of the recipient. Shortly, the aim of administration of drug is to improve the quality of life. Another term deals with the drug is that essential drug or medicine. Simply, these are the drugs those satisfy the priority healthcare needs of the population. In short, these are intended to be available within the context of functioning the health system at all times. That is, essential drugs are to be available in all times, in adequate amount, in appropriate dosage form, with assured quality and adequate information, and at a price that is affordable by the community. By listing the essential drug, WHO established a model list of essential drugs in 1977, and in 2050 a list is established, that is National List of Essential Medicine, and the latest list include the 376 medicine, of which 20 are FDC, that is fixed drug combinations. What is the basic use of drug? That is, by definition we can tell it is used for diagnosis, prevention, suppression or control or treatment. That is, by diagnosis of the condition. For example, barium sulfide is used to diagnose the GIT lesion. Second definition, prevention, that is to prevent the condition. We are using the vaccines. To prevent the birth, we are using contraceptive, etc. like that. Third term, suppression or control, that is to control the diabetes condition. We are using insulin for diabetes mellitus. For controlling the blood pressure, we are using the antihypertensive drug. Fourth concept, for the treatment, drugs are used, that is to treat the infection condition of the body. We are using antibiotic. For treating the edematous condition, we are using diuretics. For pain condition, we are using analgesic. That is, in short, the basic use of drugs. Next, we are discussing on the what are the sources of drugs. First one, plants. This source of drug, that is mainly plants, we are discussing in the branch that is pharmacognosy. Here, from plants different extracts are obtained, and this plant sources the drugs are classified into alkaloid, glycoside, oils, tannins, resins and balsams. Among this alkaloids are basically the alkaline nitrogenous substances having potential activity. For example, morphine, atropine, ephedrine are the alkaloids have subclassification that we are discussing in the subject pharmacognosy. B. Second source is that is from glycoside. These are compounds that is having a heterocyclic non-sugar moiety, that is an glycone part linked to a glycone part, that is sugar moiety, through either linkage. The glycoside also have subclassification like cardiac glycoside, aminoglycoside, etc. Example, digoxin, etc. Third classification is oil. The oils may be of three types: non-volatile oil in case of, or fixed oil that are calorie yielding triglyceride, mostly used in food as emollient, for example groundnut oil. Second category is essential or volatile oil. Mostly we are obtaining this type of volatile oil from flowers or leaves by steam distillation. Example, clove oil. Third category is mineral oil. That is, these are not plant products but obtained from petroleum. Liquid paraffin is an example for this. Other plant products available used as a source of drugs are tannins, which are used as astringent, gums are there, and other source of drugs are resins and balsam are there, which are used as antiseptic. In cough mixtures, source of drugs are animals. Here, animal parts are used to cure, and by exploring the animal part, the animal products are converted into medicine form. For example, adrenaline, insulin, etc. Third one, obtained from microbes. Most antibiotics are obtained from fungi, actinomycetes, etc. example penicillin, erythromycin, etc. Fourth source is from minerals. Few minerals, example iron salt, calcium salt, etc. are used as medicinal substances. Fifth source is from synthetic chemistry. That is, synthetic drugs are using mostly now because it is having the advantage of purity and uniformity of the product and having greater selectivity and even novel type of activity. Example benzodiazepine, ACE inhibitor, etc. Finally, the most recent one is the source is biotechnology product. That is, several drugs, especially the peptides and protein, now obtained from recombinant DNA technology. For example, the human growth hormone, human insulin, interferon, monoclonal antibodies, etc. Next term we are discussing is prodrug. What do you mean by prodrug? These are the drugs which do not produce any pharmacological effect until they are chemically altered within the body. Means what? Basically, these are drugs which is not illicit action, but by chemical alteration these prodrugs show the action. What are the purposes of prodrugs? Prodrugs are used to modify the absorption process, to modify distribution, to modify the duration of action, to reduce adverse effect, to overcome the difficulties in pharmaceutical formulation. Examples of prodrugs are castor-oil, levodopa, etc. Hi friends, welcome to the world of pharmacology. Today we are discussing on general pharmacology, that is part 1, introduction part. To go in depth into the subject, we have to know the basic concept of pharmacology. So let us start the journey together. These are the basically we are using this type of naming of drugs, that is chemical name, or second one generic or non-proprietary or official or approved name. Third, trade or proprietary or commercial or brand name. This naming of drugs can be easily catched by looking the example. Chemical name means here we are discussing with the help of the tab aspirin. Chemically, aspirin is acetyl salicylic acid. That is, chemical name means acetyl salicylic acid. Second, generic name, non-proprietary, official or approved name. That is, approved name or generic name of acetyl salicylic acid is aspirin. And third, naming categories, trade, proprietary, commercial or brand name. One example of the aspirin brand product is Eras. Eras is the trade name of the drug aspirin. These are the basic definition of chemical name, generic name and trade name. Chemical name means which are derived from the drug's chemical structure and used very rarely. That is, we are using this chemical structure in while studying chemistry part. That is, paracetamol is N4-hydroxyphenyl acetamide. This chemical name we are using less. Second one, generic name. This is a simplified chemical name of a drug and describe mostly the active constituent of the medicine. That is, example, generic name of paracetamol is acetaminophen. Brand name, that is a commercial name under which the drugs are sold. For example, Tylenol, it is a brand name of paracetamol, or Trocin, it's also paracetamol. Group name. Group name means the drug class to which the drug belongs, and this name reflects its pharmacological action. For example, group name is paracetamol, group name is analgesic. That is, this group name reflects the pharmacological effect of the. Next, we are dealing with effect of drugs. First of all, What are mean by side effect of the drug? Side effects are the physiological effects that are not related to the desired drug effect. This side effects are predictable that we should know before administering the drug, but they are unavoidable because since the action of the drug may not highly targeted and influence other organ or tissue part, so this side effects are unavoidable. Next term is the adverse effect or adverse reaction. This is more severe than the side effect. Simply, adverse effect is an undesirable effect produced by the drug that range from mild to severe toxicity, hypersensitivity reaction, and anaphylactic reaction. All such reactions should be documented and reported for the final analysis. For this, in hospital itself, there is ADR reporting form. This ADR reporting form is filled by the healthcare professional and sent to the CDSCO, that is the Central Drug Standard Control Organization, that is situated at Delhi. And by dealing with such reaction, that is ADR reporting form, how the ADR can be prevented, the collection of data, detection, monitoring of drug safety can be studied in a particular branch itself, that is the branch pharmacovigilance. In that branch, this area are studying further. Next, we are discussing on the drug action. First term, therapeutic dose. Simply, the smallest amount or dose that should be administered to produce a effect or response. That is the therapeutic dose. That the minimum dose that is to be administered to produce a effect or response. And the largest dose that can be tolerated without excessive side effect. Next term is therapeutic window. It is the gap between the dose needed to produce its effect in 50% of the population and that needed to produce the undesired effect. I don't know you got the point. This will come in the coming section of bioavailability, so we can discuss more in detail in the further section. Next term is therapeutic index, that is the margin of safety of drug, that is in between what concentration the drug will produce the safe concentration. Either the therapeutic index may be narrow or broad, that is we said such drug having a narrow margin of safety means in case of gentamicin or digoxin, and broad therapeutic index means a wide margin of safety is the, for example in case of aspirin. In case of narrow therapeutic index having drugs, therapeutic drug monitoring is very necessary for such type of drugs. Reason is that if a drug is having narrow therapeutic index, the gap between the amount of drug required for a therapeutic effect, that is MEC, that is minimum effective concentration, and the amount of drug that causes the unwanted effect, that is above the maximum safe concentration, is very small. That is, to produce an effect, the drug should attain a concentration, that is the minimum effective concentration, and a drug concentration that can be afforded by the body. Maximum affordable dose in the body is maximum safe concentration. If you are administering above that maximum safe concentration, the drug will produce the unwanted effect. In case of this narrow therapeutic index having drug, the gap between the minimum effective concentration and the above the maximum safe concentration is very small and produces adverse effect. So we have to look, that is therapeutically the drugs are monitored in case of drugs having narrow therapeutic index. Then what is prescription drugs? That are simply that are medicine that are prescribed or given by a registered medical practitioner. And over-the-counter drug or non-prescription drugs means that are available to the general public in the pharmacy as well as the supermarket. Next, what is the term pharmacy? It is the art and science of compounding and dispensing drug or preparing the suitable dosage form. I just included to know what are the definition for that. And then the term tolerance, that is the decreased response to the drug, and it is when the dose of the drug should be increased to achieve the same effect. That is, after achieving a particular concentration, that is if you are administering the same drug for a long time, the drug may produce a decreased response to the drug. So in such cases we have to administer a higher dose of the drug to achieve the same effect. That is, in short, the term tolerance. Second term is that dependence. That is, if the patient needs the drug to function normally. In such cases, the patient can be termed as a dependent patient. Two types of dependence are the physical dependence and the second psychological dependence. Physical dependence means the dependence that develops with an ongoing exposure. That if you are taking the drug for a long time, especially in case of cancer, we become physically dependent. Second dependence is psychological dependence. That is, the person mind itself say that I need the drug, like taking a coffee. For example, I give, if cup of coffee is not there, I lose the mode of defecation. Like that, the person might say that I need the drug to sustain the condition. That is psychological dependence. Withdrawal. Withdrawal means the withdrawal occurs when no longer the drug is given to a patient and side effect of not getting the drugs are aversible. That is, for example, in case of alcohol, if we are not giving for a longer period of time and giving the deterrent therapy, or we are giving the treatment to stop the intake of alcohol, the body itself show some withdrawal symptoms and set the body to take no more alcohol in the body. In such condition, the drug or alcohol itself in the body shows some signs, that is the withdrawal symptoms. These are the basic pharmacological texts we have to go through to study more about the subject pharmacology, that is Lippincott, Goodman and Gilman, Essential of Medical Pharmacology by K.D. Tripathi, Castle and Travers Pharmacology, Examination and Board Reviews, Rang and Dale's Pharmacology. To study the pharmacology in detail, we have to study the pharmacokinetics as well as the pharmacodynamics part. This pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics part we are discussing in the subject biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics. So if you have any doubt in this ADME and dynamics part, please go through our channels biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics slide, and remaining topics, especially the various drug action on various systems, are discussing in this pharmacology. So thank you for watching. Thank you once again, and please do subscriptions. Thank you.